Judea flee to the mountains. Let no one on the roof of his house go down to take anything out of the house. Let no one in the field go back to get his cloak. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that your flight will not take place in the winter or on the Sabbath. For then there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. And that is what is coming. That is what is coming, my friends. Tribulation is coming upon the earth. Disaster is coming upon the earth. It is coming. I do not know when. I do not know what hour. Only God knows. But I know it is coming. It is coming. Let no one on the roof of his house go down to take anything out of the house. Let no one in the field go back to get his cloak. How dreadful it would be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that your flight will not take place in the winter or on Sabbath. For then there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. At that time, if anyone says to you, look, here is the Christ, or there he is, do not believe it. For false Christ, you just listen to this very carefully, because many will be deceived. For false Christ and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and miracles to deceive even the elect, if that were possible. So if God's elect, he said, if that were possible. What is the words he said? If that were possible. If you are chosen by God, you will not be fooled so easily. Why I say that? His true chosen ones, his elect, will be guided by the power of his Spirit. Because God right now is waking up his elect. Waking his elect. There's a separation going on at this point in time. There's a separation going on where he's separating the wheat from the tares, the sheep from the goat. There's a separation. He's waking up his elect. He's waking up his chosen ones. Because some of you, if you are feeling like you're not feeling partyish again, and you're not feeling to hang around certain people, you're just not feeling them anymore. And you're feeling like you want to pray, and you're feeling like you want to read the word, follow what you're feeling, because that is God calling you. He's calling you. He's waking you up. He's calling you into prayer. Go to him. Go to him. He wants to show you something. Let go the friends that God is telling you, don't worry with them anymore. Let them go. Let them go. Just let them go. Remember, we have to put God first. So if God telling you, let go certain people, because I know from experience. Trust me, I know from experience. Plenty people I let go. Plenty people I leave out. I let them go. And God said, that is not for you. Move me out of the way. They move them out of the way. Tell me to keep away from certain people. Listen to when you get those feelings in the gut feeling in your stomach that you're feeling that you need to move away. If you're feeling like you need to get out from a job too. If you're feeling in your gut feeling that you need to move away from that workplace, go. Because God is pulling you out. He's separating you. Because there's a separation right now that is going on in the spirit. There's a separation that nobody cannot see. But it is a separation that is going on with separating the wheat from the tares. And he's going to pull his children away. Because he's pulling you out now so that you can be prepared for what is to come. So he's raising up his warriors. He's raising up his people, his mouthpieces. And a lot of people will speak for the Lord. And if God has called you to speak for him, speak. Don't let nobody tell you you can't speak. If you have a big mouth like mine, he will use it to speak. Okay? So if God is calling you to speak, speak his word. Don't be afraid. Speak his word. So God is going to separate his children right now for what is coming. Okay? He's raising you up to a different level, and he's going to start raising you up and more, raising you up more and more for what is going to come, because Jesus is coming for his bride. He is coming to take his bride out of here. His true church. The spotless bride of Christ. So you have to make yourself spotless. How do you make yourself spotless? You need to come out of the stain of the world. Get out of this cesspool of crap. Come out of it and ask God to wash you and cleanse. And he is coming for a spotless bride. Alright? You're not coming for a bride that's tainted. So if you're tainted, you're getting your stain right and you don't want to stay here. Jesus Christ is coming for his bride, and he's coming also with a correction rod. A two-edged sword. Double-edged sword. And he's coming to correct the nations. He is coming with a correction whip. And he's coming to correct the nations. Because he is going to sift his bride. He is going to sift the church. Because he's correcting his church first, huh? The church will be corrected first. So he's going to shake his church. He's going to sift his church. He's going to purge his church. He's going to squeeze out all the dirt out of the church. Everything that dirty will have to go. Everything that dirty will have to go. And he's going to cleanse his bride before he comes to, because he's not going to lose not one that belongs to him. Jesus says he's not going to lose not one that the Father has given him. He is not going to lose not one that belongs to him. Hear what I'm saying? So if you're going to get your sifted and shaken, if you feel again shaken, take your shaking. Better you take your shaking now than when you see him and you have to face him naked and ashamed, and you have to go down into where you don't want to go. Where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. I don't want to be there. I say, Father, correct me here. Whatever I am doing wrong, correct me here. Lord, correct me here. I want to be corrected here. Because you don't want, when that time comes and it's too late, and you say, depart from me. I did not know you. I do not know you. Understand? Be like the white. And after chapter 24 comes chapter 25. Speaking about the parable of the 10 virgins. Let me continue chapter 24. All right. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. At that time, if anyone says to you, look here, it's the Christ, or there he is, do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and miracles to deceive even the elect, if that were possible. See, all the nations of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on clouds in the sky with power and great glory. With power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from all four winds, from the one end of the heavens to the other. But before that, hear what he says before that. The sun will darken, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky. That is the 3 days of darkness. Darkness is coming upon the land. They say it's 3 days of darkness. Darkness is coming upon the land. Darkness will come, a darkness that you have never seen in your life. It will be so thick. Thick, thick, thick. That God is going to send upon the world. Thick darkness. And many in that darkness will repent and give their lives to Jesus. And I believe that darkness will happen before his coming. That darkness will happen before his coming. Because it said it here. The sun will be darkened. Immediately after the stress of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Because when the darkness comes, the evil will come. The evil fallen ones will come to destroy everything that they can see outside. You can't, if that days of darkness come, you need to stay indoors, children of God. People of God, you need to stay indoors. Close your windows. Close your windows. Close up all your windows. Cover your windows. Stay in and pray and ask for God's mercy. In that darkness, God has been preparing us for the 3 days of darkness. He has been preparing us. He's been telling us to be prepared for those days. And you have to be prepared spiritually, as well as you have to have things put aside. You have to be prepared spiritually, because if you are not prepared spiritually, it's going to be very hard for you. So this is why you need to prepare spiritually. You need to be prepared. You need to have your mind must be with Christ. Because in that time, it will not be nice. It will not be nice. It is a very thickness that no one has ever seen before. And it is coming. It is becoming hurling down.